So we've got the thermostat off, now we want to get the water pump off. So just for speed, we've already undone 2 of the bolts, so we've got 2 to go. So this is the fan that sits in front of the radiator. So just undo that, unscrew it. So just, I know I've said this before, but this car sat for 44 years. It's unbelievable. It was last taxed in 1979. It was owned by a family who really did cherish it, and they kept it and had the foresight to keep the car so that it didn't go for scrap. And all it needed was me to come along and get it going, and hopefully they will see this car running. So there's your fan. See that? We can put it on the floor. Now the water pump's behind here. Normally you can just move these. So for speed, because I'm going to change the... You got a Stanley knife? Because I'm going to change the water pump and this radiator belt, I'm just going to cut through it. Under normal circumstances, you'd loosen the dynamo, which is that bit there. You'd loosen it. I don't know what happened to the old Stanley knife, it's disappeared. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut through this belt like this. Job done. Pull that off, because we're not going to need that because we're replacing it. Now we can get this off, which is the water pump cover. That should just pop off like this. See, it's coming off. That's off. There is the water pump, and if you can grab me the water pump. There you go. So let's get this loosened, and then I'll show you the water pump being taken off. It still moves, that's amazing. So what we've done is we've undone the rear dynamo bolt, which is there. We've undone the front one that's here, removed the fan belt. Got no fans! We've removed the fan belt to expose the front of the water pump. And now we're just undoing the 3 bolts that are here that hold on the water pump, which I've taken off now. I'm now going to just use a little hammer to knock this off. Is it going to go? Now we can take the plugs out so we don't keep whacking them. Look at the water coming out underneath. Where's the plastic pot? Okay, so that's gungy water coming out. And we've got all the bolts, 1, 2, sorry, we're missing a bolt here. There's a bolt at the top, look, just here. So let's get onto there. Get this bolt off. This is the last bolt holding the water pump on. So you're going to see me unscrew this. Now this water pump is actually moving, but I'm not going to use it because it's so old. You pick them up for about 17 quid, so why bother using an original when I can just change it for a nice new one. There's a pump bypass hose on this water pump as well, which is just there. That's going to have to be cut through or broken off. I'm unscrewing the last screw, like so. There's going to be a residue of water. Doesn't look like it's got any antifreeze in it. There's the last water pump bolt there, see that? So that's 4 water pump bolts. Now this should move now. Oh, look at that. That's moving. All the bolts are out. Stanley knife just to cut that pump bypass hose that's here. Can you see that there? See that? I'll slice through that, like so. In fact, I just put my finger through it, it's that rotten. Now, what we're going to do now is... Am I missing a screw? Is there a bolt that I haven't taken off? I don't think there is. It's moving. It's moving. Here we goes. Here we go. Here we go. You ready? Let's see the condition of this. That's horrible. I'm turning that. It's rough as hell. So we're going to fit a brand spanking new one of those, but that's going to go straight into the bin. That's going to go into the bin. And we'll fit a nice new one in there. Wash it all off. Wash it all off. See all this muck in here? Okay. Right, so next stage, we'll get the hose on there and get that washed out.